Recently, another axiom has added 2 brand new features into Gorilla Tag, both located in canyons. And if you're brand new to this update, you may have gone into canyons and looked something like this. But whether you found this video because you want to learn or just looking for some entertainment, welcome. This is your complete guide to the Wild West ropes update, where we will be going over the basics like climbing ropes, swinging on ropes, ziplines, to more advanced things like zipline walking, rope momentum, and many other things. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe as it means a lot to me. Now let's get on to the video. Alright guys, so this is the beginner portion of the video. If you're brand new to this update and you know nothing about it, you just started playing and you're watching this video, this is the portion for you. Here we're going to be going over climbing on ropes, swinging on ropes, basics of zip lines, and stuff like that. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is how ropes work. So the mechanic of ropes is actually pretty simple. Instead of touching the rope like you're grabbing onto here, let's say you grab onto the wall, you just touch the wall and then you stay on the wall. For ropes, you actually make use of the grip button. So this button here, this button doesn't do anything. You don't have to do this. You could just do the grip button, but for the sake of this video, to make it more simpler, I'm just going to make a fist. Now, the way that ropes work is you have to be touching the rope and making a fist. Now, this doesn't mean that you could just touch the rope and make a fist. You'll still stay onto the rope. What you can do is you can make a fist before you touch the rope. So you can make a fist and then just touch the rope and you'll still go on the rope. So your hand doesn't have to be in the rope first and then you make a fist. So with that being said, we can now go over climbing on ropes. The best place to learn this is right over there on that tall rope here. So the entrance is there. You should see this big bridge here. You want to go all the way over here, and then over here, and then all the way in this canyon right here. You should see a really big rope. All you have to do to get on top of this rope is making a fist, jumping up, and reaching for the rope. You want to touch the rope, and then you'll immediately grab onto the rope if you do that. So make a fist, and then touch the rope, and then boom, you'll be on the rope. Now, climbing the rope is actually pretty easy. So while making a fist, so you're grabbing onto this notch here, and you want to move your hand down, so your body's above right here, and then you want to take your other hand, make a fist, and then grab onto here. And you should see that this hand immediately gets detached. This is because you can't hold on to the rope at 2 places. You can only hold on to one place at the rope with one hand. And so when you make a fist with here, you want to hold your fist with this and just go here. And it's pretty simple. You move your hand up here, move this one out of the way, move this hand down, move this one up here. So broken down, all it is, you're just grabbing onto the rope here, and you move your hand down, and then you take this hand, you move it up, and then you move this one out of the way, move this one down, and then move this hand back up. Now, it is also recommended that you, as soon as you grab onto this one, you stop making a fist here, you release, then you go up here, grab again. It's like that, just like how you'd climb normally. You move your hand down, grab, and release down here. And so that's how you climb on top of ropes. Now we're going to be going over swinging ropes. A good place to start is right here. So the entrance is here. You just walk over to these 3 ropes here, and then this rope right here. So like I said earlier, you can make a fist and then touch the rope, and you'll still stay onto the rope. So if I make a fist and just grab the rope, I'll just swing on the rope like that. Now the best way to start swinging on the rope here is to just, like I said, make a fist, and then you want to jump towards the rope and just pretend like you're touching the rope with your fist. So you jump out, touch the rope, and then you start swinging on the rope. And we can use this mechanic to swing from rope to rope. Now, an easy way to practice this is over here. So the entrance is there, and it's past the bridge here on where this line of ropes is. So what you can try to do is you can jump towards this rope and then swing and then let go, and you'll go over there. So I'll demonstrate right here. So you jump, make a fist, jump, and then let go, and you swing over here. And you want to keep doing that. So make a fist, jump, let go. And when you're comfortable enough, you could use this to swing to that other rope. So what you would want to do here is when you let go, you make a fist with your other hand and then reach for that rope over there. So here I would make a fist, swing, let go, reach, and then boom. And you could use the same mechanic to swing across this canyon here. So you jump, make a fist. All it is just a lot of practice. You want to keep in mind that you want to make a fist before you touch the rope, not when you touch the rope, because there's a chance you could slip through the rope. I'll give you an example here. When you grab before you touch the rope, it's a lot safer because you'll always grab the rope. As long as you aim correctly, you'll always grab the rope. While your hand is in the rope, there's a chance you won't even touch the rope at all, like this. I tried to grab when my hand was in the rope, and I didn't even grab the rope there. So like I said before, this takes practice. You want to practice swinging from rope to rope and just getting comfortable with the rope physics, and you'll be swinging on ropes in no time. Now the next thing I want to talk about is ziplines. Ziplines have the same exact mechanic as ropes. You can grab onto them and your hand will stay inside of the zipline. Now the difference about ziplines is that it will force you to move. So it's kind of like ice. Normally on the ground you can walk, but on ice you can't really walk on ice. You just slip all over the place. It's the same thing with this, except you can walk on these, but I'll go over that later. So it's the same thing with ropes. You make a fist and you grab. You'll immediately start sliding. And so that's basically what it is. You can also practice jumping up and then making a fist and reaching for it. And there are many ziplines around here, like there's the one that goes around the whole map, but that one's a little bit harder to use because you have to make this big jump up there, and you have to jump from zipline to zipline. Now before you go jumping from zipline to zipline, it is best you learn how to jump onto a zipline first, which is actually really easy. It's the same thing as jumping on a rope, but instead you're doing it on a zipline. So on a rope, normally what you would do is you'd make a fist, you jump forward, and then reach for the rope. That's the same exact thing with the zipline. So you make a fist, you jump forward, and you reach to grab the zipline. You just want to touch the zipline, and that's it. So you make a fist, and then boom, touch the zipline with your fist. Now one thing to note, if you do let go of your grip button, you will let go of the zipline. So you could go on the zipline, and then as soon as you let go of your grip button, you go flying off the zipline. Just a quick little side note there. So now we're going to be moving on to the more advanced part. And this is going to be moving from zipline to zipline. So as you can see up there, there's a track that goes around the whole map. And over there, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. You can see that zipline is not connected to that zipline, meaning that you have to jump from that zipline to that zipline. Now at first it might be a little intimidating, but it's actually not that hard. A great way to practice and get comfortable with this motion is right here. So this is the smallest zipline here, and it leads to the one that I just talked about. And an easy way to do this is as soon as you get comfortable with ziplines, you want to grab onto here, and then you want to just jump off and grab onto this one. Now in order to do this, you need to jump at the end. So it's pretty simple to do. All you need to know is that when you get to the end here, all it is, you're just jumping like you would. You're holding down the grip button, but you're jumping and then you let go midway through. So like this. That's all it is. And at the end, you just want to jump and then grab onto that zipline. Now to grab onto that zipline is also pretty easy. You can try switching hands. And switching hands basically just looks like this. So I'd use my right hand and then switch and use my left like that. Or you can just use one hand, which is the same thing. So you press your grip button, slide on here, let go, and then press your grip button again and just reach for the zipline, just like that. Now, like I said with everything else, you want to practice this and eventually you'll be ready to traverse the whole map and do that jump right there. Now, in order to get up to that zipline, we need to get up to that point right there. The easiest way to do this is to go over here to where the bridge is, then you're going to cross the bridge, and then go over to where this scaffolding is, and then make your way over to this rope. Then you want to use your skill that you learned before and just climb this rope. When you climb to the top of this rope, you want to get on top of this wood plank here, and then just jump over to there. And then you want to use these steps to get up to the top. It's basically the same thing as old canyons, but now we have that added rope for easy access to get up here. Now when you look at this zipline, it might be a little bit intimidating. Now you can make this jump normally, but it can be a little bit scary. A way I've seen a lot of people do is use the wall to bounce up to that zipline. Now in this video, I'm not going to be teaching wall running, but basically all it is, you're just using the wall to boost yourself up, just like that. If you don't know how to do this, try crouching down in real life and then jumping and then standing up, and you get a lot more air. So try doing that for the rope. But if you do know how to go on walls, then all you need to do is just do this. A quick side note before you make that jump, I would recommend using your left hand to get onto the zipline. You can switch hands on the zipline, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So just like how we were climbing ropes, switching hands on a zipline is the same thing as switching hands on a rope. So I'm sliding on here with my right hand, and all I need to do to switch is to just reach it on over here, anywhere really on the zipline, and then press the grip button, and then let go with this hand. Again, you want to practice that, and as soon as you could switch your hands, then you'll be ready to go on the big zipline. So now it's time for the big zipline. So like I said before, you want to use the wall to help yourself get up to the zipline. And once you're on the zipline, you use your skills from before to switch, and you want to hold out your left hand about like this, so as far as it can go. And then you want to hold out your right hand and press the grip button right before. You want to do it before you get to this jump, and then just reach for it. Just so I can explain it better, I'll do it again. So you want to hold your grip button long before you do the jump, and you just want to always make sure to move your hand wherever that rope is. So it does take some practice. Think about moving your hand towards where you want to go. You want to make sure that your grip button is down on your right hand, and you're always pointing your hand to where you want to go, and you want to reach for that rope. So you're sliding here, and you want to reach for that tip, the end part of the rope there. It does take a few attempts. It took me a long time to first learn, but practice does make perfect. Alright, and now we're going to be talking about zipline running. So zipline running is exactly what it sounds like. You get up the zipline by running up it. So it looks like this. And to do it is actually not that hard. The best place you want to learn how to do it is over here. So in simpler terms, it's like the jump that I told you guys about before, where you have your hand up like this, and you push your hand down and let go in the middle. So right here, I would let go of my grip button. Your hand's up here, you push down like you're jumping, and then you let go with your grip button, like this, and you jump up on the zipline like that. Now as soon as you get this jump down, it should be smooth sailing from there. So you just want to practice just jump a little bit, and you want to see how high you can get. And you also want to try going forward. So instead of going straight up to straight down, you want to go forward to back, like that. And you just want to see how far forward you can go. Now when you get comfortable with this motion, you're ready to progress on the next part, and that is re-gripping. So you jump forward and you grip back onto here. The easiest way to explain it is it's basically like you're going on the zipline again. So remember how when you're going onto the zipline, so you're basically just holding down your grip button and reaching for the zipline? It's the same thing with this motion here. So you're launching yourself forward and grabbing back onto the zipline. You want to hold down your grip before you hit the zipline. You always want to hold down your grip before you hit the zipline. So with that information, you want to do the jump motion once, re-grip, do it again. So the motion is this. So all I'm doing is I'm reaching, I grab the zipline, immediately I pull back, let go, and fling my arm back. And then you go forward on the zipline. You also want to make sure that you're flinging yourself in the direction of the zipline, so you don't want to fling yourself that way, you want to fling yourself up the zipline. You want to fling in this direction. It does take some practice, so if you don't get it for the first time, don't feel discouraged. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. You could also start with doing it once, like this, re-gripping. Then you could do it twice, so 1, 2. And then you could go 3 times. And then with enough practice, you'll be able to go up the entire thing. Now these things aren't that hard to learn, so it shouldn't take you that long, but if there's anything that I didn't go over, make sure to leave it in the comments, because I would really love to see any feedback. So when you get comfortable with that zipline, you can try doing this on bigger ziplines like this one, and just really practicing that move going up, like that. Alright, and now we're moving on to something interesting, rope physics. So for the technical people who want to know how rope physics work and how you can get the most out of your rope swing, this is the perfect section for you. So ropes swing more on the bottom. You can see this by swinging on a rope. So if you swing on here, you notice that the bottom swings a lot more than the top, right? And that's just because of the way physics is and stuff like that. It's basically just like real life. And so that means that if you swing on the bottom, you'll go farther. And that means that if you swing from rope to rope on the bottom, you go really high up. But this also means if you're on the bottom of a rope and someone swings in the middle of the rope, you'll go flying out. So the bottom of the rope will go flying, and then you'll go flying with it. You can try this out by just going to the bottom of the rope and having someone in the lobby or one of your friends swing on the rope, and then you'll go flying. So that's the basics of rope swinging. Now you can use this to your advantage to practice different routes. There's one route that I really like to do, and I'll do it right now. But yeah, that's the route. So that's pretty much everything you need to know about ropes. Just know that when the rope is swinging that way and you jump that way, then you're gonna go diagonally that way. That's just how physics work. There's 2 more things that I want to go over here. So right here, there's this little metal piece covering the zip line. And you can use this by jumping up like this, tapping your trigger midway through the jump. You can do something like this. Now you might not get this on the first try, but it does take a little bit of practice. But basically, a detailed explanation on how to do this is as soon as you start your jump, you want to also tap your grip button. So you jump while tapping your grip button like this. I'll slow that down and zoom in so you could see when exactly I tap the grip button, but it's basically as soon as you start your jump, tap the grip button, and then you'll eventually get that. Now the next thing is actually over here. I was talking about how if you swing from the bottom of the rope, you get the most momentum. And you can do this on these 2 ropes. If you swing from the bottom of this one to the bottom of that one, you wait for it to swing back, and you swing to this one, you'll go flying out of the map. So I'll demonstrate right here. and then you go right outside the map. Now, it might take a few attempts, and I do not recommend doing this in public lobbies, because getting out of the map in public lobbies is a big no-no. You don't want to do this, because you could get reported and banned and whatever. But yeah, if you want to try this out, I highly recommend going to a private lobby. That way, nobody reports you, and yeah, so as long as no one finds out that you're doing this, you'll be a-okay. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. It takes a few attempts, but as soon as you figure out how to go from bottom to the rope to the bottom of the rope, then you'll eventually figure it out and go really high up and out of the map. So there you have it, a complete guide to ropes, zip lines, and everything in the brand new update in canyons. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. If there's something that I missed, make sure to let me know in the comments. I would appreciate any sort of feedback that you guys give me. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.